Guys, it's your boy DK Royal, stands for Drip King Royal. We are back on another video. So as you see, it's 3:42 right now. We're going to be reacting to scary videos. Make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications. Let's get it. So we're reacting to the mystery of the whisper.
My name is Mark, and this happened when I was 13 years old. It was a normal day in the morning, as usual. I was heading to school with some of my friends. We were just talking about several topics, such as school life or about the girls, you know. Then all of a sudden, I heard someone whispering. Guys, did you hear that? I asked, and one of my friends said, Yeah, what the heck? When I looked around, I realized that the voices were coming from the bushes, which were kind of far away from where we were standing. I ended up thinking that it might be some students who were trying to play pranks on somebody else. So we ignored them and walked toward the school. What a peaceful and boring day, I thought. Everything was going so normal until that incident. When we were in class, I suddenly heard another whisper under the window. I know that it was just a coincidence, but I started to get a weird feeling thinking about the whispering from the bushes that I'd heard in the morning. However, I ignored it again, hoping it would be nothing. A few hours later, one of my friends got a stomach problem, so he had to go to the bathroom real badly. He got permission from the teacher and rushed to the bathroom in a hurry. However, he didn't come back for a long time, which was kind of weird. Maybe he fell into the toilet, another friend next to me chuckled. About 5 minutes later, the teacher told me to go check to see what was wrong with him. I went to the bathroom alone, and when I was about to go in, I quickly smelled a terrible stench. Smells like blood. It was apparent that something was wrong. But then, I was being careless to find out what it was. I took one step inside and asked, Dude, is everything okay? But there was no answer in the restroom. I slowly started to open each of the stall doors, and then I found him, all bloody in the last stall. And I realized that he didn't have one foot. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I was about to throw up. He was unconscious. His face looked pale. So I ran to the teacher and explained the situation. He ran to the office counselor, and they immediately called the police and an ambulance. After they had arrived, they took my friend to the hospital, and everybody had to stay inside. We all had feelings of anxiety. The cops searched the restroom, and they finally determined the perpetrator to be a serial killer who was wanted at the time. Then something came across my mind. I ran to the police and explained to them about whispers that I had heard in the woods and under the window. The police immediately went into the woods, searched the whole area extensively, and found a hut. To our surprise, they found another 4 corpses inside. After that, they still couldn't find the murderer, and this incident has left everybody in our town shivering in fear. And my friend eventually lost his ankle, but his life was saved, though. I'm just glad that he was saved. And think about what would have happened to him if I hadn't gone to the bathroom to check on him.
Well, guys, that was the mystery of the whisper. Let's go on to the next. So guys,
I have a sister
the
who got married
next
when she was 18.
clip that we're watching is
She had a daughter
True
named
Scary
Susie. Her
Imaginary
husband was
Friends Story
unemployed.
Animated.
She had to work 2 jobs to
Let's get
support
into it.
herself, her daughter, and her husband. Every day, she left the house at 8 a.m., and she only returned around 8 p.m. every night. Around this time, Susie had an imaginary friend. She told my sister it was a little girl named Jessica. Susie would talk about her all the time. My sister even overheard her talking to Jessica. It creeped her out, and after a while, she told Susie she was forbidden to talk about the girl. We weren't allowed to mention Jessica when we came over to visit. One day, Susie told her mom, Jessica is mad at you because you don't believe she's real. She comes to play with me when Daddy closes the closet door after you leave, and he lets us out before you come home. My sister had no idea this was happening. Her husband was supposed to be watching Susie during the day. Instead, he would lock her in the closet with a box of cereal and leave her there all day. When my sister discovered what was going on, she kicked her husband out. The poor little girl spent so much time all alone, locked in a closet that she had conjured up an imaginary playmate for herself. My sister divorced her husband and got custody of Susie. She decided to move out of the house they were renting. When the moving van came, the old man who owned the house came over to help them. He was talking to my sister and said, I was always worried about your little girl on those basement stairs. My granddaughter fell down those basement stairs and broke her neck. She died in front of the closet down there. When she heard that, my sister got the chills. What was her name? She asked. It wasn't Jessica, was it? The old man looked at her and said her name was Jessica. She was only 4 years old. She couldn't say it properly. And how did you know that's how she said her name, Jessica? How did you know? My sister was in denial. She told him she didn't know what he was talking about. She refused to talk about it, grabbed the last of her things, and left the house for good. Even today, we're still not allowed to talk about Susie and her imaginary friend, Jessica. My sister remarried a few years later, and Susie got a great new stepdad. But Susie, when we speak alone, she always brings up that little girl and what she looked like. And it still creeps me out to this day because I don't really believe in that type of stuff with ghosts and paranormal, but there's no way that Susie could have known about that little girl. But who knows? Maybe they are real, and maybe not.
Guys, shout out to Onesie Entertainment.
No
That
plans
was an
tonight?
Spend
imaginary
time with
friend.
someone new.